Christy's a Mexican-American Texan woman who became a major player in an industry that we as minorities and frankly as Texans didn't think was a place for us. Yet she succeeded in an industry that is notorious for not letting outsiders in.
She's constantly straddling the hyphen of being authentically Latina and authentically American at the same time. And navigating that identity in the world with two big blonde parents can be difficult. And she's really a remarkable human being, and I think that is a product of her family and how she was raised.
Christy graduated from UT and then went on to Stanford, where she came up with the idea for Latina Magazine.
I grew up with Latina Magazine. I remember it. I remember dying to be on the cover. I remember the stories. I was like, yes, that happens to my hair. Yes, that happens to me at work.
For so many of us growing up, we don't know how to imagine our futures until our culture tells us what's possible for us. So when Christy created Latina Magazine, she created a world of possibilities. And I'm crying, which I feel like is okay because there's only one person I know who cries more than me, and that's Christy Haubegger, and I can guarantee you she's crying right now. The 14 years that Christy spent at CAA, the diverse client base grew 1,400% under Christy's leadership. She truly is our #1 pioneer and advocate for how to transform our entertainment industry to be more inclusive and more valuing of women and of people of color. I got to work with her on building the Time's Up movement, and I got to see firsthand how she is a leader among leaders.
I think the greatest success that we have had at Time's Up is creating a global conversation about workplace harassment. It's just fitting that she's a board member of this movement that's going to change the way people do business.
She went on to develop strategy for CAA, and now she's at one of the largest media companies in the world as Chief Inclusion Officer for Warner Media.
She's responsible for making sure a company like Warner, which owns HBO and CNN and TBS and TNT, to make sure that this company is hiring people of color, that's hiring more women. She's on the inside now, and we get to lean on her to create that change.
Christy has a sense of mission about her work, whether at the magazine that she started, Latina, as a producer, as an agent, and now as a studio executive. You know, she spent her entire career trying to change who gets to tell stories in this world, especially for Latinos.
She's created an entire network. She created CAA Amplify, which is an event that brings together hundreds of executives of color within the industry to build community and relationship.
So many people complain about our industry. She's one of the few people doing something to actually get more people of color and women behind the camera, in the writers' rooms, as producers, as executives, on boards.
I think Christy's legacy to the University of Texas is her unapologetic voice. I mean, UT gave her the confidence and the foundation to commit her entire career to creating Latino role models in popular media when that just wasn't being done.
Christy's been the recipient of numerous accolades and awards, from being named one of the women of the new century by Newsweek to being appointed to the President's Commission on White House Fellows. I know how important so many of the boards she sits on are to her. MLT, I think, holds a very special place in her heart. It's about increasing the amount of opportunity and the amount of people of color that have access to opportunities like an MBA.
We share probably the same brain and heart when it comes to causes. She has supported all of my charities, whether it's the charity for my special needs sister or my charity for Latinas, because she understands why I do that and because she's done it herself.
Well, she's a tireless advocate for artists' voices, and she's supported me and championed my work in so many ways over the years. I love her ambition and drive and how authentic she is about her mission to make sure we're represented in media.
She's become more than my agent. She's one of my best friends. She's smart and energetic and funny and witty and kind, and she's all of that the first time you meet her and the last time you saw her.
There are not a lot of people like Christy in this world. She makes you feel like anything is possible.